Thoughts on that one, I guess?
The dogfights are good because, you know, it builds our team. You know, now we know how to handle them, but they're scary to play. You know, those are the last 2 weeks. Those are tough ones. We missed the blowouts, but it's gonna be good for us. You know, now we're building up. You know, knowing how to handle these big games, these tight dogfight games. So it'll help us in the long run, though.
Next week, you guys with a win can take a spot in this title conference style game. Just from where you guys were 0-3 to now, just how much has this team grown to be in that position?
Yeah, I think the maturity of it, it's a great feeling to know that, you know, you're in the driver's seat, the destiny is, you know, it's in all of our control. Super exciting game. You know, my message to the guys all week is, you know, don't let the pressure of the game, you know, make us play out of our bodies and not play who we are. We know St. Houston's going to be good, but, you know, I think after we celebrate this one tonight and get back and study the film tomorrow and, you know, everybody recover, I think we'll be in good shape.
The touchdown pass to Sean was a big play and a big moment. Just take us through that play.
That one, it was kind of a draw. You know, we had the seam up the middle. If it was cover 4, so both safeties got off the hash. Mike didn't run with him, so it was pretty easy to read. Put it over the top, and Sean did the rest, so it was easy.
Trey's touchdown, the one that put you guys ahead for good. Did you see that hole right away?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, most of the time, any of those inside zone plays, you know, usually everything gets washed out. It's always the cutback. So as soon as, you know, he did a good job. He pressed the hole, and then I could see it cut back because tight end walled off the linebacker that was coming in. And it was, you know, parting like the Red Sea. It was a big hole, so glad he hit it.
You guys mixed it up today with the receivers. I mean, Michael, Jordan, Trey, and Brock all had multiple catches. Just, talk about that receiver room today and just kind of, you know, being able to mix it up with all those guys.
Yeah, I mean, I really sold Pet today. He should have had the touchdown in the half right there. I missed him, so that's on me. So, you know, Pet with stat sheet would have been a little bit better than that. But, yeah, I mean, we got guys everywhere. I know, you know, Cam Bond's been showing out for us lately, so a lot of teams are keying in on him now. So, I mean, that plays in our hands, honestly, because, you know, he's not our only receiver. We got studs all around, so it helps us a lot.
If you guys could get the conference style game here, just how much is this home field advantage? You guys are, I guess you have one loss at home, just you guys have kind of had maybe some of your best games here. So how much of an advantage would that be for you guys?
I mean, it'd be huge. I mean, right now it's really, you know, it's looking like it'll be us or Western or Sam Houston. So, I mean, if it ends up being Western, you know, it's tough to, you know, go to them back to back. That'd be a pretty difficult trip. But, you know, if we take care of business, we'll be back home. So, like you said, we do play best games at home.
If you like to run the ball, just from your point of view, what makes Trey Stewart so good? What's making him, you know, just develop into the player that he is today?
Yeah, I mean, that kid's an animal. Now, normally the backs are, you know, they're either fast or they can, you know, they're power backs. I mean, that kid, I mean, he's running over dudes and he's also making 2 or 3 cuts and splitting it for 80. I mean, he's a great all-around back that can do everything. I mean, as you can see, he can catch the ball and do special things with it after that too. So, I mean, he's all-around back, and I mean, he's been carrying his offense, as you can see.
What's it been like for you playing behind this offensive line that you guys have?
Oh, it's incredible. Those guys are some studs. You know, offensive line never get enough love, but I mean, you know, this kind of offense, we just run. I mean, there's for a reason why it's successful. I mean, obviously Trey's good, but those guys up front and the tight ends, whenever we bring 12, 15 positions in, it has everything to do with up front. So.
How good was it?
Had his career high in yards today in the game. You got anything to say about the way that guy's progressed throughout the year, the way he played today?
Yeah, I mean, Jordan works hard every single week. He might not always get all the looks and touches. That just kind of goes with the game plan. You know, we start running the ball well, we get hot, and that's just kind of what we do. So, I mean, whenever he gets his call, man, you can see he makes plays with it. So, you know, I started looking at him a lot more because every time I threw it to him, he was making plays, getting 10, 15 yards after the catch. So, you know, he got his chance and he showed out.
All right, we got one more time for one more question for Tyler, and we'll let him get out of here.
How good was it to get Wiggins back, and just what does that do to help the running game going forward?
It's phenomenal. Get another workhorse back. You know, I still haven't really seen Ron, you know, play all that much. I only got him like, you know, a week or two of fall camp until he got hurt. So I still haven't seen Ron play. And you know, obviously watching film last year, seeing it all. So I've seen what he can do. I'm excited to get that back. So that'll definitely be a huge key for us next year or next week whenever we get him all the way.
Thanks, Tyler.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. Yeah. Another exciting one. You want to give us your thoughts on the game, and then we'll have some questions.
Okay, as we say, Jax State football, are you not entertained? I don't know if this is too good for my heart or my family's heart. You know, it's tough, but and we, you know, you got to give them credit. They had some extra time. They had a great plan offensively all day. We were kind of scrambling around a little bit, and then You know, defensively, their defense in the second half did a nice job, but, you know, our guys are pretty resilient. You know, we made plays when we had to. We ran the ball at the end of the game when everybody knows you got to run the ball to win it, and that was kind of good to see. And it's hard winning. So you look every week in college football, geez, look at that score, look at that score. You know, it's hard, and we've gotten 7 in a row, so I'm proud of the way our guys have hung in there.
Just the last 2 weeks, you guys have struggled after halftime on offense in the third
Yeah.
quarter. Is there something that attributes to that? or is it
Yeah, I didn't played worse. You know, didn't play as good. And part of it is you know, they'll make a few adjustments, but you know, it was those are kind of games you almost like. I hate when you almost say, I don't know if that's the right word. Like you're going to have limited possessions. We had ball one time in the first quarter. You know what I mean? And those are like, gosh, it puts so much pressure, I think, to produce offensively. When you're having limited possessions, that I think sometimes we press. I know I think that way. We got to get it all right now, and when we're better, when we control the tempo. And we didn't control the tempo early in the game, probably at all in the whole game. We didn't control the tempo. And you got to give them credit for it. But you know, you can win games in different ways. And today, our offense was solid for the most part, other than the beginning of the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter, when we had to get some big plays, you know, I think the Sean Brown touchdown. And then I think it was the fourth down run for a touchdown were two plays that we had to have to win it.
I know you talked about it a couple weeks ago, but when did you make the decision on Ron, and just what were your plans for him?
Yeah, it was good. He got some action in. I don't know how many carries. He had 4 carries. He got him in a little bit. I mean, Trey Stewart Trey's one of the best in the league, and we're going to ride him as much as we can. But it's good to get Ron back in the game. You know, he's got an explosive stuff, and I don't know if he's back 100%. Well, he's not 100% in shape because he hadn't practiced as much, but he's going to help us, and so will Q Lewis didn't get any reps, and we trust Andrew Paul as well. But Trey Stewart is the guy that everybody knows. We're going to ride him because I think he's proven to be one of the best in the league.
How does that affect Ron's status for next year?
That's a good question. We looked to see if he could get a redshirt year, not play more than 4 games, but he can't because his first year he was here. He was on scholarship, but he wasn't eligible, so that ate up a year, which is a shame. I think that's a silly rule. I think, you know, he proved himself. He's great, you know, academically and all that. He should be able to get that year back. But it's an NCAA archaic rule, I think.
Just the opportunity you guys have over the next 2 weeks to not only get into the conference game, but title game, but bring it to Amherst Stadium. Just what are you going to tell the guys about what they have in front of them?
Well, as I tell, every game been playing for was for a conference championship, and now. If my math is right, if we win next week, we're in.
Yes.
And so that's pretty good stakes right there. If you win the game, you're in the conference championship. So who would have thought, you know, a month and a half ago, the way we started off, that we'd be sitting here with a chance to be in a conference championship game and our last home game and our seniors' last home game. So congrats to our guys for that, but it's going to be a big week.
What does it say about your guys that you just can't count it out?
Yeah, I think that it goes toward the culture of our program. You know, back, you know, I can remember sitting here, and you guys, most of you were here. It was like after the third loss, that, you know, golly, you know what? That was at Eastern Michigan, but you know, we thought, geez, what's wrong? What's happening? And you know, trust me, you think I had a lot of thoughts, like didn't evaluate everything. I do that anyway, win or lose. But I did a hard look at everything we were doing. And I came back to and said, gee whiz, you know what? We're doing the same thing we were doing when we were winning before. So let's just keep doing the same thing, just maybe do it a little bit better. And you gotta have a little bit of luck involved too, Hail Marys and stuff like that, but you gotta play hard and you gotta practice hard.
On Stewart's touchdown run, did you see the hole open up like it did?
Not from my vantage point. But we did a little different. You know, that Sean Brown play was a little bit new, kind of new. The Trey touchdown was a new play, just a little adjustment off of our 3 tight end look. So, and then a couple at the end of the game were new stuff that we just put in.
You had like multiple, it seemed like 8 or 9 plays that you had where it was Jacob Barrett, Sean Brown, and Pearson Baldwin were all in. Just talk about, you know, running those plays.
Yeah, 13 personnel. You know, we've done a lot of 12 with 2 tight ends. We started doing some 13 in the last couple weeks. We might even do some various stuff too. That what we try to do. Some coaches just try to trick themselves. we try, if we add something that maybe looks tricky to them, but it's simple for us, then I'm interested in doing it. So that's basically what I do, is I look at, okay, what can we do to have a little bit of wrinkle that's different for them, but our guys won't mess it up.
We can take one more question. But
I saw you made $10,000 as a bonus for the win. Any idea what you want to spend it on?
Did I?
Yeah.
You know, Miss Rita's in this,
Is that a Miss Rita question?
Miss Rita question. She's like, hey, every time we win, furniture store.
all right, thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.